Hi, my name is Shauna. I was challenged this year with making a turn shoe, so I've been exploring options for several months, and this is what I came up with. Here is my process. I tried to simplify it as much as possible. We're using very simple tools, and get ready for a challenge.
You guys traced your feet for me. That's one thing. I really thought that I'd be able to just figure out a way to make a pattern without having you here. Rack my brain, do all my research, try as I may. Nope. There is no way to do this, you guys. There is just no easy way to make this happen without actually having a foot to trace and a way to make a cast of it. And I tried casting in wool. Tamas here is a brilliant, one, historian, and two, expert in textiles. So first we're going to come in at a 45-degree angle as well. And it's just for the arch, and then we're going to come back up. Okay?
Am I done?
Yeah, you're done. So this is as deep as the arch is. And when we actually trace this out, we're going to have the distance, and it looks like most of my heavy lines are here, and that's the deepest. So that's the line we're going to use when we make our actual pattern. So I'm going to hug the toes, and she's got this nifty knobby that she gets from our grandma, so thanks, Grandma. So this line here, and you'll notice that I'm letting my whole arm make this curve, because that's like having a built-in protractor or compass. It's really dandy. But most of my lines kind of come to a single point on this thing, so we know that that's the average, right? So the toes do the thing, and we just let them make this line for us. And we stay right on the toes. But feet like to sort of compact a little bit when we put them inside something. So I'm going to shave off a little bit of this out here, and that's okay. So that little knobbin that we got from Grandma, thanks Grandma, that's going to go away, and we're going to come in a little bit over here. Because we don't need her slopping around inside her shoes. She's got a cute little hobbit foot. So we're going to refine that a little bit. So Erin, if you're wondering why I removed some of that, we do want to trim it a little bit on the outside, maybe 1/4 inch. Someone as large as my Viking friend Erin here, maybe up to 1/3 of an inch. Not a ton, some, not a ton. So I'm cleaning up this, making it tidy, but you'll notice I'm turning my paper so that my arm is always working in this direction, because that's where it's smart. And we're taking this line, because that's the one we decided was the one we're going to work with, remember? And we're going to come out to here, and just a nice curve out to the average on the heel.
Happy trees.
Happy trees. Happy little trees.
Happy feet.
Happy feet. Wow, can we say that? That's a movie. Is that copywritten? Disney's coming after me right now. Oh wait, that's Pixar? Somebody's coming after me. Ah, take it down! Okay, so, toe boxes are a little bit tricky. Toes always have a little bit of extra room on the side when you make it just fit the toes perfectly. I am not an expert, but I'm gonna shave that down a little bit so that we don't have a lot of wiggle room here. Toes will make their own wiggle room anyway. And then this little nubbin, not quite sure. I haven't ever dealt with one of those bunions quite that significantly before, but we're gonna shave it off a little bit.
You can actually shave it off a lot. It squishes.
It squishes,
That's
and the
why it's
leather will
bunion.
stretch as well.
That's why it's a bunion.
So we're gonna come in and we're gonna give her a slightly less hobbity hobbit foot, and we're gonna bring it in. So. All right, that looks foot-like, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Looks foot-like. So in order to make it easier for me to see what I've done here, I'm going to use a Sparkle Sharpie, metallic pen, Craftwork something, and I'm going to give myself a highlighter option, and I'm going to cut between my silver and my black so that I don't get confused while I'm cutting. And classic dad jokes going on in the background. It's delightful. Nope, it's okay. We're really good. Okay, so now we're going to cut this out, making sure that all the edges of the cardboard stay at 90 degrees. That comes very important later. First of all, we need all of our leather edges to also be 90 degrees. We're looking for where it pokes out the furthest, so that's like the nubbin on the back of the heel, and I'm just, woohoo, is that tickly?
No, but tracing my foot was. Woo.
Okay, and I just happen to be working with the thing that's centimeters right here, so I've got a 3 centimeter here, and then keep your toes on the ground, but up, 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 so I can see where you hinge. Okay, so this is this your freaky foot? Is this your freaky ankle? Okay, well, she's had like this whole thing reconstructed, so she's not normal. But where most normal people would hinge, it's right about there. Does that feel like the beginning of your hinge?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so we're in this area. Okay, put it back down. And then,
Am I all swollen?
no, it's like, it's really hard to determine because it doesn't,
No.
your bend is odd. Okay, so somewhere in between, and we're just gonna,
I am right.
we're gonna use, we're gonna intuit the center here between this point and this point, and so that's right about there. And on my square, it's about 5 centimeters, okay? And you'll notice that, well, that actually is a really nice beginning of centimeter right there. So that's 5 centimeters, and so I'm just gonna come out here and mark 5 centimeters on my thing. Okay, I'm done with you for the moment. Don't take your stocking off. You're not done for the moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Now this is the part, again, we have to intuit centers. And if you have a good eye, it shouldn't be problematical. If you don't panic. This is not going to make or break anything. But if you stand your straight edge up and find about the center of the heel and kind of find where you think the center of the foot is. So it's like about half the weight of the foot's over here and half the weight of the foot's over here. And you're going to be somewhere probably on the second toe. I think Aaron's foot was closer to the third toe. But like it looks like Tamas is going to be right down the middle of the second toe. So I'm drawing a line. I'm going to just let this fall very carefully flat so that I can actually use my straight edge like it's intended. And then I'm going to draw a line. Oh man, this is sloppy. Right down the middle, okay? I'm not real happy with that line because my ruler got shifty because this is a really crap surface. So I'm going to use that darker line. But basically, you can see how that sort of splits that foot in half, right? And then this mark here, once again, is I'm going to make a square off of this. And this is how I made that tab pattern on the back of the heel, okay? I'm going to go 3/8 inches out off of that center. So the whole thing from here to here is 3/4 of an inch, okay? And then I find the edge of her heel and draw it from the heel to that 3/4 mark. And from the edge of the heel to that mark. And then I use my little rounding skills again to just round it out and round it out. And then round this out as well. Just nice and easy. So, you see that? So that when we cut it out, the tab in the back, which folds up on the shoe, which corresponds to this little unit here, comes up. It doesn't come all the way up to the top of the bendy bit at the, and this part, this would just rub and make blisters if it came up too high. Okay, when we cut this out, we want to have our cuts at 90-degree angles, straight up and down, not angled this way, not angled that way. It's really important that we practice on the cardboard, the chipboard, because our leather has to be 90-degree angles as well. So we're going to cut this out, and as we go, we are going to cut right on the line. We don't want to add any extra. I don't love these scissors, and I'm going to peel this out of the way to help me get my right angle and keep it. Boom.